Hi everyone, my name is Glenn. I'm married to Rachel and we've been attending Southside now for roughly around a year. So we're relatively new, but I've been asked to take part in these Take 10 videos just to share a little bit about what's happening in my life right now and how God is speaking to me through this COVID-19 pandemic. Uh, I'm a biology teacher, coming to an end of my probationary year, working in one of the local secondary schools. So like some of you, I'm working from home. The school buildings just now might be closed, but all of us teachers are still having to work really hard. In fact, almost everyone in my immediate circle of family and friends is still working just now. Um, Most families just now are using this time to reconnect and do regular Zoom chats, but my family seem to be as busy as they always are. My wife Rachel, she works for the 1010 Trust, so she's out all day with a team of 1010 making sure that all the local people get the food that they need. My dad, he works for the Trussell Trust Food Bank, and so he's working really hard just now as well. Um, and my sister-in-law and I, we're all teachers. My sister actually had the opportunity to go back into the school last week to look after some of the key worker children. And she said that actually just made her feel like a real teacher again, being able to interact with the children, which she absolutely loved. For me as a secondary school teacher, we were gearing up for exams, deadlines, stressed out pupils, but all of that turned very quickly into online learning and explaining to some of my less technical aware colleagues of how to control a chatty classroom with the kids when they can't actually hear you shout. But it's been absolutely great. Um, it's also been great to have a few online games nights with the family, but we're still working around each other's schedules, so sometimes people aren't available, which is a little bit of a shame. But it's actually really nice to think that I'm part of a family that is part of the frontline workers, who are still really active in their communities during this time. As I mentioned, I'm coming up to the end of my probationary year. So for me, my focus has really been on my future and what's coming up next, where am I going, who's retiring, what jobs are coming up. And this very quickly got taken out of my hands. One day there were plenty of jobs showing up on the website, and then all of a sudden, within a couple of days, the entire website was blank and there were no new jobs coming up. But in a time where people have lost their jobs overnight, I'm actually really fortunate that just now I still have a job, and that I'm still actually able to work and do something that I'm passionate about. I'm also confident that God's got a plan. He's never let me down, and I know right now is an opportunity that He will show me what's happening in August. In fact, today I've almost spent the majority of today applying for jobs that have been advertised this week. And someone who really hates writing job applications, has been an absolute godsend that I've been able to have this time to really sit down and put in the effort on these applications. Um, God has got a total feeling of peace in these uncertainty times, and trusting Him is really my only option just now. I'm sure many of you will have seen the video UK Blessing from the Song Elevation Worship album. As someone who has a lot of family and friends in so many churches across the country, it was actually really nice to see some familiar names and faces in that video. The church that I went to at uni up in Aberdeen, they featured, and still having friends up there and family and stuff was actually really nice to see. That song actually really hit home with me. The song talks about how God is always with you. He's there with you through everything. And I think that is actually just the perfect lyrics for a time like this. Although I know trusting God about what my future look like, there's still moments where I need to be reminded that God is with me through everything and that I'm not alone. It's really easy to see the no job adverts situation and let panic start to set in about what's going to happen to me. Rachel and I made the decision around a year ago that she was going to work for 1010. And that means that we actually really rely on me having a job. So it's easy to slip into that what if mindset if there's no jobs coming up. But being in a global pandemic means that all of this has been taken out of my hands. It's not as frequent job advertising as it would normally be. But the main thing is that this is a really good lesson for me to trust in God and go, you know what, He's got whatever the situation is just now, He's got it. We always have these common lyrics of He's with us, He's for us, He's going to show us the way. And I think that's really particular during this time, that He is for us, He is with us, and He is going to show us the way through this global pandemic. I know at Southside there and many other churches as well are often full of teachers, and all of them will have their own experiences of what online learning and engaging with these pupils has been like. But I know something right now is that all the kids that are attending these churches will be having difficult situations at home, that they're finding trouble communicating with peers and their teachers online, and facing some real difficult family circumstances. But there's also a lot of stress amongst the senior pupils who are like me and don't really know what's going to happen in August. They've got no idea their exam results have been taken out of their hands as well. They can no longer perform in the exams. That's all been put down to predictions. But I'm sure there's also some worry amongst the Southside youth about everything that's going on. But that is something that we can actually bring to God today, and just put all that kind of stuff in His hands. So just now, I actually just want to pray over the situation that we're currently finding ourselves in, and hope that every single one of you has an absolutely amazing week, and that you can use this time to reconnect with God. So let's pray. God, thank you for your peace in these uncertain times. Will you help us to trust the plan that you have in this chaos? And for us to truly know that you have the plans to prosper us and not harm us. And God, I bring before you all the students of South Ayrshire facing these challenges at home. For those senior pupils who are worried about what your future brings, bring safety and peace to all of them, Father. And God, I pray for all the frontline workers just now, for their dedication and their continued safety as well. And Father, I just pray your peace across everyone across the nation, and just that you'll help reunite the churches together, and just that we can see your love growing throughout the communities through these difficult times. Amen. Thanks everyone, it was great to share with you. And as I said, I hope you all have a good week, and hope to see you all after this pandemic is over.